Hello, everyone. I'm Lance Spencer with Cozzini Bros, and I'm here with the talented chef Marcelo Mintz. Marcelo, how's it going today?
Good. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to dive right into this. We kind of want to know your culinary background and how you became a chef.
So basically, in my early 20s, I was a stockbroker in Brazil, moved to Miami, then decided that I want to still be in the stockbroker. I moved to New York, trying to be a stockbroker when I really saw that that was not part of my life anymore. I really enjoy cooking. Cooking was my hobby. So every time you finish work, stressed out, I used to go cook and to kind of vent out the pressure. And I said, you know what, this is what I really like for my life. That's what I want to be in. So I decided to go to Italy to join a school over there. I stay a year and a half in Italy, studying and then working in different restaurants through the north of Italy, like border of Switzerland and France, in near Genova. And then I decided to move to Paris to do cordon bleu.
Wow.
Because my passion was Italian and French cooking. When I finished cordon bleu, I had to do work to get my diploma. So I went to work to a 3-star Michelin chef in a hotel Bristol. Chef's name is Eric Frechon. And then it went from there back to Brazil to work for Claude Troisgros, which is the son of the Troisgros, a famous French chef too. Then I decided to go to San Francisco. And then it was San Francisco, Miami, LA, Santa Barbara, Houston, Pennsylvania, now back in Houston.
So what inspired you to pursue a career in the culinary arts?
You know, it was like I said before, like cooking for people and making people happy. It's just the joy of cooking, like seeing people happy when you serve them something that they really enjoy. That's what it makes a difference. You bring memories together, you bring all that joy together, people together, families together. It's all about happiness, right? You have a hard day working to make that happen. And then when you see the smile in somebody that orders something with their family and they're all happy, that's what it makes my life happy. You know, like the cooking has one language. Doesn't matter where I am, where I'm from, I can make it happen just by cooking. I don't have to talk, I don't have to say anything. But the emotions that come out from customers, where they look at you and that face that they really enjoy what you present to them, that's what it makes for me.
Yeah, very rewarding.
It's rewarding for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely beautifully said. How would you describe your cooking style and your philosophy?
My cooking style will be to bring bold flavors with the simplicity together.
Okay.
It's like working with local ingredients, maybe I would say a lot of them being locally sourced and seasonal.
Okay.
Like creating seasonal menus, which I think is a plus for a chef to being able to create and play with ingredients from local farmers. Like let's say a couple of times that I work in restaurants where they're near farms. So we go talk to them, get ingredients and like seasonal ingredients so we can create and put dishes every day. Sometimes it's a seasonal menu, but we do special sometimes with the ingredients that you go to a farmer's market and you find something different that you really want to cook with that, and you put something out that makes people happy.
I really love that approach. The next question is, what is your favorite dish and why?
Well, my favorite dish has to be beef. I'm a beef lover. I'm from south of Brazil.
Okay.
So I grew up in a city, but also with a farm, 30 minutes away where cattle, goats, everything, but I'm a beef guy.
Okay.
The first thing I did yesterday here was go to Franklin Barbecue, right?
Gotta go to Franklin.
Yes. So, for me, it's all about have that protein, in my case, beef, the cheap cut and braise. There's nothing better for me than a braised meat and more rewarding to a chef when he can transform a cheap cut of meat that's stuffed and becomes something that is mouth-watering, gelatinous, and just basically tender as it can be. You can eat with a spoon. You don't even need a fork. And plus you have that sauce that has that wine, like that bold flavor with wine, like beefy flavors. And then you can do like the Italian says, my favorite part is get the sourdough bread and what they call scarpettare, which means get the juice from your plate and eat with the bread. I think there's nothing better than that.
Well, that sounds delicious. This might be one of my favorite questions, but how do you keep up with the current trends and techniques?
The way I see it, to beat up there, the industry requires that you are up to date. If you're not, you're out of the game, of your game, or of anybody's game. Mm-hmm. So you need to think every day you need to study. That's my philosophy. Every day you wake up, you need to learn something new. Mm-hmm. Every day. Doesn't matter what. Mm-hmm. You have to study every day. You have to look for every day how to improve your routine, look at backwards and see what did I did wrong yesterday, improve. But for me, internet helped me a lot. Social media helped me a lot because there is a lot of talented people producing videos where as chef to chef you can connect with them and you can talk. And for me, I think it's easier to be up to date, I would say globally, because I speak 5 languages. So for me to connect to a chef in French, I can do it. If I need to connect with an Italian chef, I can do it. If I need to connect with a Portuguese chef, I can do it. If I need to connect with a Spanish chef, I can do it. So it's always improving every day. I think studying and improving and going to food shows where you see factories from all over the world exposing their products with their chefs, teaching you how to use a new product. Nobody knows everything. Every day you learn. I learn with the dishwashers. I learn with my prep cooks. I learn with everyone. Yeah. Every day is a different day. It's a day to learn. It's a day to come back home and say to yourself, so you can go sleep well, you say to yourself, okay, today I improved like 0.5%. Mm-hmm. And every day is a little bit. So it's a game that you have to play every day. You cannot be comfortable with what you have because you can always do better. Right. And that's what customers that come back to your restaurants, they expect that. Maybe today he's gonna do better. Yeah. And that's what we have to do. We're there to put good food out, make sure they're happy, make sure customers are happy, make sure paying customers are coming back to your restaurants because we won't survive without them.
What are some of the challenges you face in the kitchen and how do you overcome them?
Well, kitchen environment is a fast pace, long hours journey. So the problems we most have to face is like a consistency of the food you serve every day. Because you might go to a restaurant one day and cook A is serving that plate to you, and then on the other day cook B serving the same dish for you, and you say, oh, I don't have the same cook today. Right. It happens a lot, right? Yeah. People say, oh, today is not the A's cooking, it's probably B because the dish is not as good as yesterday. Right. Or the morning cook with the night cook. So for me, that's the hardest part in a restaurant is to maintain that consistency of food. So the way I think you have to deal with that is like have a team that work for you, that has the mentality that we are a group, we work as a team, and we help each other. Mm-hmm. So, and there is also the part of communication in the kitchen. So, sometimes the problems of one cook send one dish out and the other one still cooking and the dish sitting in the heat lamp, drying out, and then when the other comes, the other one is already dry. So it's all about communication as a group, as a team.
Talk about your tools. How did you find Cozzini Bros?
Basically, I didn't find Cozzini Bros. Cozzini Bros looks like it was handed to me. In 2004, I went to San Francisco to work in a French restaurant, I think it called Absinthe. And that was one of the hardest things for me. Before I found Cozzini Bros, in Italy, in France, in Brazil, I had my own I still have my own set of knives that after I met Cozzini Bros, I never use anymore, because it doesn't matter how good your knives are. It can be Japanese, global, whatever knives I have, right? It doesn't matter how good they are if they're not sharp enough. You're not going to be able to achieve the results, which is the ones I achieve with Cozzini knives. I was working and really impressed that the knives were sharp. Didn't look at branding or what kind of brand it was just, oh, the knives are sharp here. And then I see the rep from Cozzini Bros coming on the week after or 3 days after swap knives.
Yeah.
And I look and I was talking to him and I say, wow, what is that? How you guys do that? Well, it's like, it's like a subscription. You guys pay a fee and every other week we swap knives. And also what it got me was that they also do other utensils. Everything that's sharp in a kitchen that cuts, Cozzini Bros can help you, basically.
What features of Cozzini Bros knives do you find beneficial for culinary work?
Oh, for sure, it's the knives being sharp all the time. That really help us achieve results that we cannot achieve with a knife that's like a dull knife. Basically increases speed in work, like you can cut stuff faster. So these days, I would say with the labor cost after pandemic, cutting things faster and prepping faster, that cuts costs down on labor. And also, the ergonomic of the knives is sharp edge to edge, the balance, everything that you need in a knife, like a workable knife. It's what we get from Cozzini Bros knives, basically, and real reliable. We always get the knives. They keep their sharp for a long time without losing. So that's really a good point, because you have that every other week normally, right? That we swap knives like every 15 days or so, and they stay through the long journey. I think they stay most of the time like sharp. So by the time they're like start to lose a little bit, is already new knives come, and they always deliver the good knives, always looking sharp, edge to edge balance. It's always incredible. Cozzini Bros never disappointed me in their services. It's always there on time. You don't have to call them, where's my knives? Today's the delivery day. They're always there. Yeah. So I think that really helps, right? With a sharp knife. Like you said, labor, you don't have to have somebody sharpening the kitchen knives, right? And if some problem I have with the knife, Cozzini Bros take care of it. So, but in that case, if he sharps too much or not too much, it's not gonna be a good knife. Right. It's not just simple sharp, you need to know angle, what angle you use to sharp the knife so you have a good edge. And that's what the experts from Cozzini Bros take care of us. They know this, they've been in the market for what, 100 years, 100 plus years in Chicago? So also in the food costs, you're cutting vegetables. With a sharp knife, you can have a better yield of your product because you have those slices all the same, or the meat all the same size, so they cook evenly and the same time. So it's very important in the kitchen, especially when you're looking for presentation. You dice something like peppers and vegetables to put on top of some fish. You want them all to look the same. So basically, it's Cozzini Bros all the way.
I love it.